Let's put here the battle report. So we go to Game 2 of Brawler Bash 2015, my Empire versus a Skaven army. Both of us had big wins on Game 1, so we're playing on Table 3. The thing to keep in mind about Brawler Bash is it's not about win, lose, or draw. It's about how much stuff can you kill. Your opponent's going to have about 3,000 points worth of stuff on the table. There's always a scenario objective to give you some points, and then you have cards you play every game, which gives you major and minor objectives to give you more points. So you can get up to 4,500 to 5,000 points per game. It doesn't matter what points you give up, only what points you kill. And the lesson of this game, and it happens over and over in Brawler Bash, is how good a job can you do of convincing your opponent that all that matters is how much stuff you kill of each other's. So, yeah, let's go through the list. So I have a detailed list of his. It was just way too long to print to type up it all. He's got 2 units of giant rats, a unit of 50 slaves, Hell Pit Abomination, behind it's a warp lightning cannon. Then he's got a unit of 3 storm fiends with rattling guns, D6 shots each, and they either ignore armor or they're super high strength armor piercing. Either way, that is a night killer. Very, very bad news. And then with the warp lightning cannons, I mean, his army was almost designed to go against a build like mine. He's got a unit of clan rats with all his characters, 10 characters in that bad boy, 2 Grey Seers with some minor stuff each, some ward saves, and one of them has extra warpstone tokens. He has a BSB, then 7 Warlock Engineers. 3 or 4 of them are naked, and the others just have miscellaneous crap, brass orbs, stuff like that. Another unit of Skaven slaves, another unit of giant rats, then a huge unit of storm vermin. I think there's 50 in there with Razor Standard, and behind it is another whatever, and then he's got 2 units of giant rats. Just an awful, awful list for me to go against. This is not good. So I've got the Gleaming Pennant Demigryphs over here on the far right hand side. Another unit of Demigryphs, small unit of Vanilla Knights, 2 steam tanks. Then my bus of Inner Circle Knights, there's like 18 of them, and I've got my Light Council all shoved up in there because I think they're going to die if I bring them out of that unit. So I've got a level 4, 3 level 1s, they've got miscellaneous crap. I've got another unit of 5 demis and another unit of Vanilla Knights. I've got what I call the Stiletto Council, the Steel and Light Council, and my opponent has a fantastic counter to the steel part of that. So Empire wins turn to go first. I move up like that. I definitely wanted to stay out of reach of the I think they're storm fiends, whatever they are, the rattling gun dudes. But at the same time, I can't just sit back with everything. So I know they're my target for magic. I've got a couple Shem's Burning Gaze. I've of course got the big spells from Lord of Light. So they're really my target. But even then, with my steam tanks, I'm aiming for his cannons. I made a mistake, I think, with my knights on the left. I put him way too close to his Hell Pit Abomination. I think that what I was thinking was there's a good chance he wouldn't make it, even with 3d6 movement. And yeah. Anyway, I think in hindsight it's a mistake. There's no reason to tempt fate like that. So shooting is a total fail, but magic does kill 2 out of the 3 of these bad boys. So much more manageable. And we go to Skaven turn 1. So the Hell Pit, of course, makes it easy charge into my knights because I'm an idiot. Otherwise, if you look on the right, he brings up his giant rats just to clog everything up there. I don't have a great idea at this point what to do about the storm vermin. But actually, when I saw him move his rats up to the right, I kind of had an idea of how I was going to handle those guys. Now, keep in mind, for me to get extra points, I need to kill a bunch of stuff. And his points are kind of spread out everywhere. I mean, a lot of times there's a big unit of 50 slaves that looks like it's going to take a while to chew through, but when you do, there's not a whole lot of points there. So that's a little bit frustrating. I need to figure out how to get points off this list. I do need to kill that model in the middle of the table, the Gary Busey thing. There's a lot of points just sitting there. And I need to kill the Storm Vermin unit. I mean, it's 500 points sitting there, plus it's an extra 500 points in my bonus objectives. I forgot what my minor objective was, but that's just a key priority for me. So there's the Hell Pit going in. And yeah, he kills him. And then I was thinking, okay, well, as long as he doesn't overrun too much, I can countercharge with my steam tank and the demis. And although that's not an absolute perfect situation, between all those things, I might be able to do enough wounds if I can just get past his regen save. And he runs high enough, rolls high enough to get into my demis, and then treats it as a normal charge and moves him pretty far away from the steam tank. And so now for me to go at him with the steam tank is a huge risk. Now, I don't love this matchup by any means, but the one thing I will say about demigryphs is they can do so many wounds that it might cost me the unit, but they should be able to kill him by the time he's done if they can stick around past their steadfast and stuff like that. So go to Empire turn 2. I decided not to take the steam tank into the flank of the hell pit. I go forward so I can shoot the warpfire cannon. My second steam tank, I decided to go ahead and charge into Gary Busey. Let's see if we can get 300 points. And then on the right, I charge my vanilla knights into a unit of clan rats. And my thinking here is I should beat them. I overrun, and he cast a spell on his storm vermin where they have the death frenzy. So really what I'm hoping is to roll high enough so if he hits him, he'll beat him, he'll overrun, and it'll set up a flank charge with my demigryphs. And that, I think, is going to be my best chance for taking care of those guys. Here's on the right, yeah, I'm willing to charge his clan rats, his giant rats, just to get them out of the way. I can't have them clogging me up. And there's Gary Busey going down. So I know I'm showing the steam tank here. I actually think this is during magic phase that I killed the final Storm Fiend, so that was nice. Get him off the table. And then after combat, it looks like that. So yeah, the funny thing is my knights didn't even catch the giant rats. Not that that really matters. But he's got a choice he has to make, because if he charges those knights, which he should, he's got to decide if he thinks he's going to kill them all or if he's just going to break them from combat. Because if you kill them all, you overrun straight, and if you break them from combat, you pursue at an angle. And what he is going to want to do is make it so that he can overrun or pursue into my demis at the bottom. So you just have to decide: Storm Fiends charging, or Storm Vermin charging those knights in the side. Do you kill them all or not? And yeah, the steam tank gets Gary Busey down to just a couple wounds. And over here, oh my gosh, this guy's awful. The Hell Pit Abomination just wrecks, kills 3 out of the 5. I think he rolled a 1, or anyway, like the lowest thing on his what attack he does. Just tears these guys up. So we go to Skaven turn 2. So he charges some slaves into the flank of my steam tank. I think it's a good call. It's gonna take me forever to get those guys off of him. 3 units of gutter runners come in an ambush behind me. So he charges his, if you look in the top right, he charges his storm vermin into my knights, thinking he's going to kill them all. If he does, and he runs straight, I think he needs an 8 or a 9, and he'll hit my demigryph knights. So he went ahead and charged his giant rats into my demis so that he can fight that on his turn. Meanwhile, on the left, you can see he flew one of his Warlock Engineers next to my knights on his turn, and the dude threw the brass orb, and it scattered off, didn't do anything, thank goodness. So this is what I'm talking about, the angles here. He thinks he's going to kill my knights to a man, and so he'll overrun straight, and that's where I was saying he needs, I believe, if memory serves, he needs like an 8 to get into my demis. If even just one of my guys survives, they're going to be running at an angle, which is really bad for my opponent. So there's that. These guys, what pain those guys are. And yeah, he kills a few knights. I mean, he's got the warp lightning cannons. Those things are just, I mean, a big unit of knights like this, it's hard to miss, and they just can tear him up. The one on the right blows itself up, which was very much appreciated. The one on the left kills more knights. I forgot how the first few knights died, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't need to conserve points on this. So if these guys sitting here just casting spells where I need them and absorbing a lot of shooting, I can live with that probably. I'm going to have to. So after combat, 2 things happened, amazingly good and amazingly bad. First off, he is only able to do 4 wounds to my knights. And he chases them and then he doesn't catch them. That's actually bad. I would have preferred if he had caught that guy to get him out of my way. But then look at the bottom. The giant rats charge my demis, and my demis just totally whiff, and I can't kill him. And then I win combat, and he sticks. I think he needed snake eyes or like a 3 or something like that, and they stick. Damn it. That is just awful. That is just so horrendously awful. Oh my gosh. Damn it. Yeah, so that happened. Over here, amazingly this time, the Hellpit Abomination doesn't do any wounds to my demis. And I can't see the die, but I know I've done some wounds to him, so it's about as good as I can hope for there. We go to Empire turn 3. So I decided to take the steam tank that was my original plan was for it to basically when you charge Gary Busey or whoever's in the middle, if you don't after combat you bounce back an inch, so he wasn't in combat anymore. So I just turned that guy around and charged him into the rear of the storm vermin because I have to hold them up. And if he can put a bunch of wounds on him, so much the better. So what'll happen here is he'll charge in. I think I should win. My opponent will be steadfast. He sticks around, probably turns to face me, and then we fight on his turn, but I don't think he's going to kill the steam tank. And then on my following turn, I can charge both demis into both flanks of that storm vermin unit and should just tear him up. So I'm okay with that. My knights on the left charge a unit of giant rats just to get them out of the way. And there's that. There's that. And after combat, so his Hell Pit does 2 wounds to my demis, but it's like he came in there the first time, killed 3 out of 5 demis, and then he did 0 wounds, then he just did 2 wounds. Meanwhile, my guys are doing some wounds to him, but we're all just sticking around. My big bus, my BSB has the Crown of Command, so I decided just to go ahead and go in this formation so that if he charges in, he can't just kill all my level 1s just too easily. And he's welcome to charge in. We'll be steadfast. Of course, if that happens, I really need the demis to finish off that Hell Pit because I don't need that thing charging me in the flank. And over here, this was so frustrating. So I charge the rear of the storm vermin with my steam tank, do a bunch of wounds. He doesn't do any wounds in return. I win combat, but he's steadfast. But he's steadfast on like a 7, I think, without a reroll. He fails it. And that sucks. Because then when he ran, I can't pursue him with the steam tank. He bounces right through my demigriff units, so my leftmost demigriff unit can't charge him because the steam tank's in my way, and the top demigriff unit can't charge it because he's behind me. And I need that damn unit. Now the only good news is I think he's leadership 4 with a musician, so I think he needs a 5 to rally. So the only good news is if he can just not rally, run off the board, that's great. My decision is, do I take a unit of demis and turn him around to make sure I get those points, or just ignore him and hope that he doesn't rally and runs off the board? We go to Skaven turn 3. Let's see. Yeah, he just takes his giant rats on the left, parks him in front of my bus. So just going to hold him up there. He has his gutter runners behind just shooting at me. His storm vermin do not rally. They bounce through my knight and stay on the board. There they are. I mean, just the line. It just lined up just perfectly for him. He's so far away. Now again, on my turn, I can turn that unit of demigriffs around. And if I do, then it's basically hoping that if my opponent rallies, I can charge him, and then he's just still going to be steadfast on whatever. Or do I just take those demis and try to go get points and hope these guys roll a 6 or higher on his rally test? Here's the left. And with shooting and stuff, he is really starting to hurt this unit. I'm down to just a few knights. I think I've already lost one of my wizards, and my BSB and 2 of my wizards have a wound on it. So this unit's just taking a beating. And they take more of a beating. And, oh, the demis finally die. The Hell Pit has taken 5 wounds. He made so many regen saves. I don't know how many he made out of how many, but of course to me it seemed like he made like a 99% of them. I'm sure that's not true. But anyway, he made enough of them that he's still clinging to life, and that just really is not good for me. We go to Empire turn 4. I decide I'm going to risk it and let the Storm Vermin take their chances on rolling a 5 or under. Take both my demigriff units and move them back to where there are at least some points. I take all my characters out of the knight unit. There's only 2 knights left. I don't really care if I lose the unit. I don't care if I lose the characters. I just, I need them to do some good. I make a huge mistake here that'll be apparent in just a minute. If you can see it, great. But basically, I know that I took my level 4, I put him behind his Hell Pit because I wasn't thinking. At this point, the game has gone so slowly that I know we're not going to get 6 turns, and I'm worried we're not even going to get 5 turns, and that really sucks for it sucks for both of us, but I need as many turns as possible to get points. I'm not in a bad position. It's just that his points are hard to get. It takes a long time to get them. So if you look on the right hand side, there's a picture of Mel Gibson. It means I killed Gary Busey, and Mel Gibson's there on my opponent's next turn. He uses the gutter runners and shoots him, and gets. So I get 300 for Gary Busey. My opponent gets 200 for killing Mel Gibson, which is kind of funny. And let's see, nothing else significant happens. So this is when the evil, the Brawler Bash evil starts happening. It's I'm going to go up one. Yeah. So it's Skaven turn 4, and now I realize, wow, he has all these 15-point characters, and he's starting to pop them out so I can't reach his character bunker, which in a normal game is brilliant. Makes this is exactly what you should do. In Brawler Bash, it's frustrating because it's like it doesn't hurt you. Like, you don't want to give your opponents points, and I certainly protect points as possible. I think it's kind of incumbent on all of us to try to play a fair game. But it's like, man, now you're going to delay me, and there's no chance. There's no benefit to you, but there's no chance for me to get points. Oh, not unethical, just frustrating. Anyway, it looks like that. And these oh, I was so angry. He needed a 5, or he automatically runs off the board. I need 500 points for the unit and 500 bonus points. It's 1,000 points for me there, and he rolls a 5 or under. Damn it. And so then the big mistake I made is I took one of my level 1s and put him within 6 inches of a demigryph unit at the bottom. His gutter runners kill him, which I kind of thought he would, and I didn't care. It forces a panic, and my guys fail it and run away from the gutter runners, so they're not even positioned to start gathering up even a few points. At this point, I'm a little bit frustrated at myself and at luck. We go to Empire turn 5. Luckily, those demigryphs rally. Everybody is where you can see them. Yeah, my knights, the 2 knights there, charged his. I think they were just giant rats, and he fled, and I caught him. I think the Hell Pit charged my level 4 and killed him, and just stayed there. So now on his next turn, he can try to charge the side of my knights, which he does. And he does it in a way, I'm guessing. I think if he touches just the corner of the knight and he kills both of them and runs straight, he can hit my BSB. The BSB had charged his mortar and was just stuck there. I just reformed to face his Warp Lightning Cannon. So we go to Skaven turn 5. He has his Hell Pit, charges 9 knights. The only good news is he only has 1 wound left on his Hell Pit. Hopefully I can get lucky and punk that off of him, although it's doubtful. Meanwhile, he's taken all these 15-point characters and just putting it in front of my guys, so I can't get any points. He kills my knight unit, overruns, and of course it hits my BSB. So now my BSB can't charge the Warp Lightning Cannon on my last turn. Actually, I think we gave up going 6 turns because it was taking too long, and the game ends there. So I have to admit, first off, this is a really fun game. If this was just a friendly game or even a game that was scored normally, I think I would have been. I mean, it was just fun to play. My opponent really knew the rules. He knew strategy. It was a lot of fun. For a Brawler Bash game, it was so frustrating, so insanely frustrating, because I just felt like I couldn't get points. So I killed a bunch of units. I'm not sure how much it matters. I don't remember how much my score was this game, but it certainly was. It was between 1,000 and 2,000. It was just nothing. And so that dropped me from table 3 down to like table 20 or something like that. So yeah, well, that's Brawlers for you. Anyway, that's everyone once bitten here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has several functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like the video, you can leave a comment, you can favorite the video. I want you to know that I appreciate it when you do things like that. It feels much more interactive than simply me talking to a screen. So if you're willing to do so, please like, comment, and favorite the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and you certainly are welcome to share this video on your blog or other websites if you are so inclined. Again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.